My beloved child, lean in and listen closely, for the silence that has surrounded your heart is not a void, but a sanctuary where I have been waiting for you. As you read these words, I want you to take a deep breath and feel the weight of the world beginning to lift from your shoulders. You have walked a long and dusty road, carrying burdens that were never meant for your back, and I have watched every step of your journey with a love that transcends time and space. There is a shift occurring in the heavens even now, a celestial alignment of grace that is focusing its light directly upon your dwelling. I am telling you, with the authority of the one who spoke the stars into existence, that something amazing is about to happen in your house within the next 12 hours. This is not a distant promise for a future year or a vague hope for a different life. This is an immediate visitation of my favor, an intervention of peace that will settle into the very walls of your home. You have spent so many nights staring at the ceiling, wondering if your cries were echoing into an empty sky, but I am here to tell you that I have been sitting at the edge of your bed, catching every tear before it could hit the pillow. I have seen the way you have swallowed your pain so that others would not have to carry it. I have heard the silent prayers you whispered in the shower, the ones that were too heavy for your lips to fully form. I have been present in every sigh, every moment of exhaustion, and every flicker of doubt. The distance you felt between us was never a reality. It was an illusion created by the shadows of your struggle. In truth, there has never been a millisecond where I was not closer to you than your own breath. You are not a forgotten soul in a crowded world. You are my precious child, and your name is written, not in ink that can fade or on stone that can crumble, but on the very palms of my hands. Every time I look at my hands, I see you. I see your hopes, your fears, your mistakes, and your magnificent potential. You are etched into my being, and it is impossible for me to forget you. As the clock begins its 12-hour countdown, I want you to prepare the atmosphere of your home. Clear away the clutter of anxiety and make room for the joy that is knocking at your door. The tears you shed in private have watered the seeds of a miracle that is now ready to bloom. You have felt like you were in a season of pruning, a time of loss and stripping away, but that season was only to prepare you for the abundance that is about to overflow. Within these next 12 hours, a knock will come, a phone call will ring, or a sudden peace will descend that changes the entire trajectory of your household. I am moving the pieces of the universe to align with the desires I placed in your heart long ago. Do not look at your bank account, do not look at your past failures, and do not look at the obstacles that seem like mountains in your path. Look to me. I am the divine visitor who enters without needing a key, the Father who restores what the years have stolen. Your house is no longer a place of hiding. It is becoming a tabernacle of my glory. The atmosphere is thickening with my presence right now. Can you feel the warmth? Can you feel the gentle stirring in your spirit? This is the signal that the wait is over. The 12-hour promise is not a test of your merit, but a testament to my mercy. I do not come because you have been perfect. I come because you are mine. Your private tears have been the most eloquent prayers I have ever heard, and they have moved my heart to action. I am crossing the threshold of your life today to bring a change so profound that you will look back on this hour as the moment everything became new. The illusion of separation is dissolving, and you will finally see that I have been the silent guest at your table and the guardian of your sleep. Believe this word, hold it in your heart, and watch as the next 12 hours unfold the beauty of my plan for you. The miracle is already in motion, and your house is the destination. Step into the center of this room, right where you are standing, and let the first wave of my stillness wash over you. You have walked a long road, carrying a pack filled with stones that were never yours to gather. You picked them up along the way, stones of what if, stones of if only, and the heavy boulders of what will become of me. I watched you stagger under the weight, and my heart yearned for this moment when you would finally give them to me. You were created to be a vessel of my light, not a beast of burden for the world's worries. Today, as the clock begins its 12-hour countdown, I am unbuckling those straps. I am unbinding the cords that have left marks upon your soul. Feel the sudden lightness. It is not an illusion. It is the restoration of your true nature. The regrets of yesterday have been like an anchor dragging behind you, carving deep, painful grooves into the soil of your heart. You revisit scenes of the past, rewriting the dialogue, wishing you had spoken or stayed or left. But I am the God of the eternal present, and in my presence the past loses its power to punish you. I have already washed those moments in my grace. They are gone, dissolved like mist in the morning sun. Do not look back at the shoreline you have left behind. And the anxiety of tomorrow, that phantom that whispers of scarcity and failure. It is a shadow that cannot survive the light I am bringing into your home right now. You have been trying to solve problems that do not yet exist, fighting battles that I have already won on your behalf. My child, breathe. Just breathe. Can you feel the expansion in your chest? That is the space I am clearing. I am moving out the clutter of fear to make room for the furniture of my peace. Your house is being rearranged, not by hands of flesh, but by the movement of my spirit. Every corner where a worry hid is now being illuminated. Every closet where a secret shame was tucked away is being opened to my cleansing wind. I am taking the heavy load, the bills that keep you awake, the fractured relationships that make your heart ache, the uncertainty of your calling, and I am placing them into my hands. My hands are large enough to hold the universe, yet gentle enough to cradle your smallest tear. In the next 12 hours, you will notice a shift in the very air of your rooms. The silence will no longer feel empty, it will feel full. The tasks that once felt like mountains will seem like small pebbles. This is because I am not just giving you strength to carry the load, I am removing the load entirely. You are meant to soar, to walk and not faint, to run and not grow weary. But you cannot fly while you are tethered to the ground by things I never asked you to hold. Release them now. Open your hands. Let go of the control you think you have, for it has only been a source of exhaustion. My sovereignty is your safety. My wisdom is your map. As you move through your home today, touch the walls and know that they are being fortified. Look out your windows and see that the horizon is no longer a threat, but a promise. The 12-hour window is a sacred time of transition. It is the bridge between the you who was tired and the you who is empowered. You have been the guardian of your own struggles for too long. Now, let me be the guardian. Sit at your table and imagine me sitting across from you. I am not there to judge the bread you have or haven't earned. I am there to multiply it. I am taking the pressure off your shoulders to perform, to be perfect, to be the one who holds everything together. That is my job. Your job is simply to be mine. Feel the tension leaving your neck and your back. This physical release is a sign of the spiritual liberation occurring within you. Within 12 hours, a testimony will be born in this house. It will be a story of how the heaviness vanished and how the song returned to your lips. You are being set free to dream again, to laugh without a hidden agenda of worry, and to sleep with the absolute certainty that I am awake, watching over everything you love. The wait is over, the weight is gone, and the breath of life is filling you once more. You have carried the burdens of generations, the expectations of others, and the harsh judgments you placed upon yourself, but I am declaring an end to that labor. In these 12 hours, I am doing a work of deep subtraction. I am subtracting the exhaustion, subtracting the not enough mentality, and subtracting the noise that drowns out my voice. What remains will be the pure essence of who I made you to be. Your spirit has been gasping for air in the smog of anxiety, but I am opening the windows of heaven over your kitchen, your bedroom, and your living space. Inhale my peace. It is the only thing you are required to hold on to. Everything else is mine now. Trust the process of this divine exchange. You give me your ashes, I give you beauty. You give me your mourning, I give you the oil of joy. You give me your spirit of heaviness, I give you the garment of praise. Watch as the atmosphere shifts from a place of struggle to a place of sanctuary. The 12-hour promise is unfolding, and you are the cherished center of it all. As my peace settles into the corners of your home, it is not merely a feeling but a foundational shift that touches every aspect of your life, including the very things that have kept you awake at night. You have looked at your accounts and seen the limits. You have weighed your resources and found them wanting. But I am the God who weighs the mountains in a scale and the hills in a balance. The financial walls that have hemmed you in, those invisible barriers that seem to block every path toward prosperity and security, are beginning to crack under the weight of my glory. Listen closely in the silence of these next 12 hours. Can you hear the sound of the old structures giving way? For years, you have lived within the boundaries set by scarcity, but I am moving the boundary lines into pleasant places. I see the bills on the table. I see the ledger of your worries. I am not a God who is distant from your practical needs. I am the one who fed the thousands in the wilderness and brought water from a dry rock. The same power that raised the foundations of the earth is now applying pressure to the constraints that have limited your capacity to provide, to give, and to live in freedom. I am the source of all abundance, the spring that never runs dry. You have sought help from men and found it fleeting. You have sought security in the systems of the world and found them fragile. But now I am inviting you to look higher. I am opening doors that no man can shut, doors of opportunity, doors of favor, and doors of unexpected provision. You will see doors opening in places where there were once only solid walls. Within these 12 hours, a divine alignment is taking place. I am speaking your name into the ears of those who have the power to bless you. I am stirring the hearts of those who owe you, and I am directing the flow of resources toward your dwelling with a precision that will leave you breathless. Your needs are being met even as I speak these words. Do not look at the clock with dread, but with anticipation. I am working in the unseen realm, rearranging the pieces of your economic puzzle to create a picture of wholeness. The spirit of not enough is being evicted from your house. In its place, I am planting the seed of more than enough. This is not for you to hoard, but for you to know that you are a child of the King, and the King's storehouses are full. I am releasing the tension in your shoulders that comes from the weight of debt. I am smoothing the brow that has been furrowed by the math of survival. The math of my kingdom does not follow the logic of the world. I multiply the loaves and the fish, and I will multiply what you have in your hand until the baskets overflow. I see the way you have checked the mail with a heavy heart, and the way you have hesitated to dream, because your dreams felt like they had a price tag you could never afford. But I am the one who gives without reproach. My provision is not a loan you must struggle to repay. It is an inheritance. I am clearing the path of the obstacles that have delayed your blessing. Those who have held back what is rightfully yours will find no rest until they have made restitution. I am working in the minds of those who make decisions, turning their favor toward you. You will find that even the mistakes of the past are being repurposed for your future gain. The walls are not just cracking. They are being dismantled stone by my angelic hosts. You are entering a season of ease, where the labor of your hands is blessed and the fruit of your vine is sweet. The 12-hour window is a portal of transformation. As you walk through your home, touch the surfaces and know that they are no longer boundaries of confinement, but structures within a sanctuary. Every room is being sanctified by my presence, and every corner is being cleared of the shadows of poverty. Your table will be a place of celebration, not a place of calculation. Your bed will be a place of rest, not a place of tossing and turning over interest rates and due dates. I am the great I am, and I am saying I am your supply. Let the joy of this promise settle deep within your marrow. The financial drought is over. The sound of abundance is rising. The doors are opening, the walls are falling, and the promise is yours. But as the financial clouds disperse, and the sounds of lack are replaced by the rhythm of abundance, I am looking deeper into the quietude of your dwelling. I see the corners where silence has become a heavy garment, and I see the rooms that have felt too large and too empty for too long. For while the gold and the silver are mine, your heart is my primary treasure, and I will not have my treasure feeling isolated within its own walls. Loneliness has been a shadow that followed you from the hallway to the hearth, a cold draft that no furnace could truly warm. But within these next 12 hours, I am breathing my warmth into the very foundation of your home. I am the divine visitor who does not just stand at the door and knock, but I am the one who enters to abide, to stay, and to transform. Every empty room you have walked through with a heavy heart is being saturated with my tangible presence right now. You will feel a shift in the air, a sweetness in the breath you take, for I am filling the voids with the light of my countenance. You are never truly alone, for I am the constant companion, the one who hears the sighs of your heart before they even reach your lips. Yet, I know the human need for connection, for the reflection of my love through the eyes of another. Within this 12-hour window of transformation, I am rearranging the paths of others to intersect with yours. I am preparing the hearts of those who will reflect my unconditional love back to you, those who will see the beauty I have placed within you and honor it. These are not mere acquaintances, but divine appointments, people who will carry the fragrance of my peace and the strength of my joy into your personal space. The season of isolation was a time where I held you close in the secret place, refining your spirit and teaching you to lean only on me. But that season is transitioning into one of community and holy fellowship. Your house will no longer be a fortress of solitude where you hide from the world's coldness. It is becoming a hub of my glory where hearts are mended and spirits are lifted. As you move through your home in the coming hours, listen for the silence to change. It will no longer be the silence of absence, but the stillness of my peace. I am filling your kitchen with the laughter of future guests. I am filling your living room with the warmth of shared stories. I am filling your guest rooms with the presence of those who will bring light and receive light. I am breaking the spirit of rejection that has made you feel as though you must walk this path in total independence. My love for you is not a distant concept, but a living, breathing reality that will now manifest through the hands and voices of those I am sending. Expect the phone to ring with a voice of genuine care. Expect the knock at the door to be a messenger of grace. Within 12 hours, the atmosphere of your home will be so thick with my presence that visitors will walk in and feel their own burdens lift. You have been a sanctuary for me in your private worship, and now I am making your home a sanctuary for the weary and a garden for the lonely. I am stitching together the torn fabric of your social landscape, weaving in threads of gold and silver, relationships that are built on the foundation of my truth and the beauty of my holiness. The shadow of loneliness is fleeing before the rising sun of my favor. You will look around your home and see not just walls and furniture, but a vibrant ecosystem of my love. I am your Father, and I will not leave you comfortless. I am coming to you in ways you can see, hear, and touch. The 12-hour promise is a promise of wholeness, where every part of your life, your wallet, your body, and your heart, comes into alignment with my perfect will. Rest in the knowledge that I am moving furniture in the spirit realm to make room for the new people, the new joy, and the new life that is entering your doors. The void is being filled, the silence is being broken by the song of my love, and you will never have to wonder if you are forgotten again. I am here, and I am bringing my love with me. Beyond the restoration of your social life and the healing of your loneliness, I am turning my gaze directly upon the temple that is your body. I have felt the tremors of your weariness, the hidden aches that you have stopped mentioning to others because they have become a constant companion. I see the toll that the seasons of struggle have taken on your physical form, the way your strength has ebbed away like a receding tide. But hear me now, the tide is turning. Within the span of these 12 hours, I am releasing a wave of my restorative light that will not merely brush against you, but will soak into the very marrow of your bones. I am the architect of your anatomy, and there is no part of you that is a mystery to me. From the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, I am initiating a divine overhaul. I am entering the secret places of your biology, the microscopic realms where life and health are born. I am speaking to every cell, every nerve, and every organ, commanding them to align with the blueprint of wholeness I designed before the foundations of the world. As you move through your home today, notice the shift. The air you breathe is being charged with my life-giving spirit. I am the great physician, and I do not require a waiting room or a consultation fee. I require only your surrender to my love. I am touching the neural pathways of your mind, smoothing out the jagged edges of trauma and the tangled webs of chronic stress. Where there has been a fog of confusion or the heaviness of depression, I am breathing my clarity. I am replacing the spirit of heaviness with the garment of praise. This is not a slow recovery. It is a supernatural intervention. Within these 12 hours, you will feel a surge of vitality that defies your circumstances. You will find that the tasks which once felt like mountains are now level ground. I am mending the torn muscles of your heart, both physical and emotional, and I am flushing out the toxins of bitterness and exhaustion that have slowed your pace. Your home is becoming a sanctuary of health. I am clearing the atmosphere of every lingering shadow of infirmity. I am the God who heals you, and I am doing it now. Feel the warmth of my presence settling in your chest, radiating outward into your limbs. I am recalibrating your heartbeat to the rhythm of my grace. I am opening your eyes to see the beauty I have placed around you, and I am strengthening your legs to walk into the destiny I have prepared. The weariness of the past years is being consumed by the fire of my holiness. You have been a warrior for so long, fighting battles that have left you scarred, but I am the one who binds up the brokenhearted and heals their wounds. In this 12-hour window, I am performing a miracle of integration, where your mind, body, and spirit are finally shaking hands in perfect agreement. No longer will your body be a prison of pain, it will be a vessel of my power. I am renewing your youth like the eagles, and I am giving you a fresh wind for the journey ahead. Rest now, not in the exhaustion of defeat, but in the quiet confidence of my touch. I am moving through your kitchen, your bedroom, and your living spaces, leaving behind a trail of restorative peace. Every breath you take in the next 12 hours is a breath of my life. You are being reconstructed from the inside out. The great physician is in the house, and my work is perfect. You will wake, you will stand, and you will know that I have visited you with wholeness. This is the hour of your restoration, the moment where your physical form finally reflects the eternal health of my kingdom. Drink deeply of this promise, for it is your portion and your inheritance. I am making all things new, and I am starting with you. Do not look at the clock with anxiety, but with anticipation, for every second that ticks by is a second where my light is digging deeper into the roots of your being. I am weeding out the seeds of infirmity that were planted by stress, by age, or by the attacks of the enemy. I am replanting the seeds of longevity and strength. Your physical frame will no longer be a reminder of your limitations, but a testimony to my limitless power. I am removing the heavy chains of chronic fatigue and replacing them with an inner fire that does not burn out. Your mind, once a battlefield of racing thoughts and restless nights, is now becoming a quiet meadow where my voice is the only sound that matters. I am soothing the inflammation of your soul and your skin, bringing a coolness to the fevers of your life. This 12-hour promise is your physical liberation. As you walk from room to room, you will notice that the shadows of sickness are being chased away by the brilliance of my countenance. I am here to stay, and I am here to heal. My child, as the minutes continue to dissolve into the sea of eternity, I want you to look around the space you call home. For too long, these walls have absorbed the echoes of your sighs and the silent weight of your tears. They have stood as witnesses to your sleepless nights and the heavy, stagnant air of uncertainty that seemed to settle in the corners of your rooms like an unwelcome guest. But I tell you now, as the clock marks this sacred window of time, I am breathing a new life into the very structure of your dwelling. This is not merely a change in your perspective. It is a fundamental shift in the spiritual climate of your sanctuary. Within these 12 hours, the atmosphere that has felt thick with the residue of yesterday's battles is being scrubbed clean by the frequency of my presence. You may not see a flash of lightning or hear a thunderous roar, for my greatest works are often woven into the velvet folds of the stillness. Do not seek the spectacular, for the spectacular is often fleeting and noisy, demanding attention, but leaving little substance behind. Instead, watch for the supernatural peace that is, even now, descending like a soft, golden mist over your threshold. It is a peace that does not ask for permission to enter. It is a peace that commands every chaotic thought to stand still and every shadow to dissipate. I am walking through your hallways, touching the doorposts where anxiety used to enter, and sealing them with the oil of my gladness. I am sitting in the chairs where you have felt most alone, and I am filling those empty spaces with the tangible warmth of my companionship. You will notice it in the way the light filters through your windows. It will seem clearer, sharper, as if the veil between heaven and earth has grown thin within your very sight. The transformation is already in motion, a divine undercurrent that is pulling the bitterness out of the air and replacing it with the fragrance of my grace. If there has been strife in this house, if there have been words spoken in anger that still seem to hang in the air like invisible dust, I am sweeping them away. I am neutralizing the toxins of disagreement and the sharp edges of resentment. In their place, I am establishing a foundation of quiet confidence. You will find that your breath comes more easily now. The tightness in your chest that you did not even realize you were carrying will simply vanish, replaced by a deep, rhythmic calm that mirrors my own. This is the 12-hour promise, that before the sun completes its next cycle, the essence of your home will have shifted from a place of mere survival to a place of spiritual revival. Do not be distracted by the mundane tasks before you. As you move through your day, as you wash the dishes, as you fold the clothes, or as you walk from one room to another, realize that you are treading on ground that I have reclaimed. I am reclaiming your kitchen, that it may be a place of true nourishment and laughter. I am reclaiming your bedroom, that it may be a cocoon of deep restoration and holy dreams. I am reclaiming your living room, that it may be a hub of connection and celestial peace. The shadows that once seemed to lurk in the periphery of your vision, those nagging shadows of what if and not enough, are being chased away by the brilliance of my countenance which now occupies every square inch of your residence. This is a quiet revolution. It is the sound of a heart finally finding its home in me while still standing in its own living room. You are not waiting for a change to come from the outside. I am changing the very essence of the inside. The atmosphere is no longer yours to carry or to fix. It is mine to sustain. Feel the weight of the world lifting off your roof. Feel the pillars of your house being strengthened by the truth of my word. I am here, and because I am here, the air you breathe is charged with the power of the miraculous. It is subtle, yet it is absolute. It is the peace that passes understanding, and it is making its permanent residence within your walls. Trust the stillness. Trust the shift. For the King has entered the house, and everything must bow to the serenity of my spirit. You will soon see that even the objects in your home feel lighter, as if the gravity of sorrow has been repealed. Within these 12 hours, the very walls will seem to exhale the tension they have held for years. Watch, my beloved, for the peace is already here. As the peace I have spoken into your home begins to root itself deeply within your foundation, there is a specific shadow I am now addressing, the shadow of fear. For too long, fear has walked your hallways like a restless ghost, whispering that the worst is yet to come. It has been a thief, my child, standing at the door of your heart and demanding a toll of joy that you were never meant to pay. But hear my voice now, vibrating through the very air of your kitchen, your bedroom, and your living room. Fear is a liar. It is a master of illusion, a weaver of nightmares that have no substance in the light of my presence. I have seen the nights you spent awake, calculating disasters that have not happened and weeping over futures I have already redeemed. Today, within this 12-hour window of divine acceleration, I am evicting that spirit of fear from your dwelling. I am not merely asking it to leave. I am replacing its vacancy with the fullness of my spirit. I am breathing into you a spirit of power, not the power of the world that relies on force, but a celestial authority that commands the darkness to flee. I am pouring out a spirit of love that casts out every trace of torment, wrapping you in a warmth so thick that the cold whispers of the enemy can no longer reach your ears. And I am bestowing upon you a sound mind, a mind that is anchored in the stillness of my sovereignty. You have felt the mental fog, the frantic racing of thoughts that lead nowhere, the exhaustion of a brain that never stops scanning for danger. I am speaking peace, be still to the waves of your intellect. Watch now, for as my glory increases in your house, the giants that once terrified you are becoming impossibly small. Those towering problems, the financial mountains, the relational fractures, the physical ailments that seem to block out the sun, look at them again. In the radiance of my majesty, they are shrinking. They were only giants because you were looking at them from the valley of your own strength, but I have lifted you up to sit with me in heavenly places. From this vantage point, what once looked like an insurmountable wall is now a mere pebble. Within these 12 hours, you will notice a physical change in your own body. The tightness in your chest is dissolving, the knot in your stomach is loosening, and the heaviness behind your eyes is lifting. You will find yourself walking through your rooms with a sudden, inexplicable sense of victory. You will look at the very things that caused you to tremble yesterday and realize they no longer have power over your pulse. I am clearing the debris of doubt that has cluttered your spiritual vision. I am setting a guard at your door and an angel at every window, ensuring that the cacophony of the world's worry is muted. This is the hour of your liberation. The spirit of power I give you is a shield. The love I give you is a fortress. The sound mind I give you is a compass that points always toward my truth. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a resident of my grace. Feel the joy returning, a quiet, bubbling spring that starts in the center of your soul and spills over into every corner of your home. The atmosphere is shifting from survival to revival. The lies of the enemy are being exposed as paper-thin pretenses. Do not look back at the giants. They are already retreating into the mists of a past you no longer inhabit. Within these next few hours, expect the unexpected. Expect a phone call that breaks a cycle of worry. Expect a thought that brings a sudden solution to a year-long problem. Expect to breathe more deeply than you have in a decade. I am in the house, and where I am, fear cannot exist. The light is here, the power is yours, and the sound mind I promised is now your permanent reality. Rest in this change, for it is absolute. You will see that the walls themselves seem to absorb the spirit of boldness I am releasing. Your home, once a place where you hid from the world, is becoming a sanctuary of strength. The very atmosphere is being filtered through my love, removing every toxin of anxiety. Walk into your kitchen and know that I am providing. Walk into your bedroom and know that I am your rest. The giants are gone, my beloved. Only my glory remains. Watch the threshold of your door, for it is about to become a portal of my providence. The atmosphere of your home, so recently cleansed of the giants of your past, is now the landing strip for my messengers. Do you feel the subtle vibration in the air? It is the frequency of change, a divine momentum that has already been set in motion. Even as you sit within these walls, good news is traveling toward you with an urgency you cannot yet see. It is weaving its way through the complexities of human systems, bypassing the blockades of your enemies, and navigating the shortest route to your heart. It may come through the chime of a notification, the sudden ringing of a telephone, or a physical knock upon your door, but do not be deceived by the medium. Whether it arrives on a screen or in a hand-delivered envelope, the source is my throne, and the purpose is your liberation. I often use the most ordinary means to deliver my most extraordinary blessings. I delight in hiding my majesty in the mundane, ensuring that only those with eyes of faith can truly see the miracle taking place. You have been waiting for a grand gesture, a thunderclap from the heavens, but I am coming to you in the gentle whisper of a resolved problem. I am arriving in the simple yes from a source that previously said no. Stay expectant, my child. Do not let your focus drift to the chores of the hour or the weight of the day's demands. Keep your spiritual ears tuned to the sound of the suddenly. The message that is approaching carries more than information. It carries the power to shift your reality. It is a legal decree of freedom, a financial release, a report of healing, or a word of reconciliation. It is the answer to the prayer you stopped praying because the silence had become too loud. I have heard your whispers in the dark, and I am answering them in the light of this day. Within these 12 hours, the clock itself is serving my will. Every tick is a step closer to the manifestation of my promise. Your home is no longer a place of hiding, but a sanctuary of reception. The very walls that once echoed with your anxieties are now absorbing the spirit of boldness I am releasing upon you. Walk through your rooms and speak to the corners of your house. Tell them that the visitor has arrived and his gifts are being unpacked. The giants are gone, and in their place, I am setting a table of abundance. You will see that the news arriving today is but the first drop in a downpour of favor. I am breaking the cycle of worry that has held your mind captive for years. The news you receive will act as a key, turning the lock on a future you thought was barred against you. Do not doubt the simplicity of the delivery. If the postman brings a letter, receive it as if I handed it to you myself. If a friend calls with an unexpected invitation, listen for my voice in their words. I am moving through people who do not even know they are being used by me. I am prompting strangers to think of you and forcing systems to work in your favor. This is the hour of the courier. The news is not just good, it is transformational. It will allow you to breathe more deeply than you have in a decade, for the weight of the unknown is being replaced by the certainty of my provision. You are not forgotten. Your address is written on my palm, and my messengers have been given strict instructions not to delay. The path is clear, the giants have fled, and the glory of the Lord is about to be revealed in the most practical, tangible ways. Rest in this change, for it is absolute. The light is here, the power is yours, and the sound mind I promised is now your permanent reality. Your kitchen, your bedroom, your hallways, every inch is being saturated with a peace that surpasses understanding. This news is the evidence that the season has changed. The winter is over, the time of singing has come. Expect the knock. Expect the ring, expect the message. I am in the house, and I am making all things new.